there, Junior Roses. Welcome back to the YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the youngest records, where we look at the youngest people ever to do certain things. Now, some of these things are really cool and others are really scary. Now, we're going to be looking at the ages from 42 all the way down to just half a year old. The record at the end is so unbelievable. They got it before they were even born. It's absolutely insane. Okay, guys, before we start, as always, I'm just going to point this out. Of all of you super fantastic, amazing people that watch my videos, there's a massive 71% of you not subscribed. Well, that needs to change. So if you watch my videos and you enjoy them, then please do subscribe. Thank you. I love you. Okay, let's start. So in this video, we're going to start with the oldest at 42 and slowly get younger and younger, finishing with just the 6-month-old record. It's unbelievable. Okay, so the first one, achieved at 42 years old, US President, the youngest ever US President. Theodore Roosevelt was sworn in after McKinley was assassinated in 1901. Just 42. That is insane. To be honest, it's not actually as young as I thought. I suppose it's not that easy being a US president. Okay, jumping down to just 29 years old, the youngest crypto billionaire, 29 years old. Sam Bankman-Fried made his fortune by founding crypto exchange FTX. Wow, imagine being a billionaire at 29 years old. That is insane. Next one, achieved at 27 years old, world leader. Giacomo Simoncini is the youngest state leader in the world. Well, I'd like to say I've heard of him, but I haven't. Sorry, Giacomo Simoncini. Achieved at 23 years old. Okay, this is younger than me now. The youngest ever F1 championship winner. Sebastian Vettel won Red Bull their first title in 2010 at just 23 years old. Wow, that is insane. It must be so scary driving cars at that speed and doing all those turns. It's just very impressive, isn't it? Youngest person ever in space, achieved at 18 years old. Wow, Oliver Deeman took part in the first crewed flight by Jeff Bezos's aerospace company. 18. Going to space at 18. Wow. What an opportunity. That'd be so cool. I mean, I don't think I'd even want to go to space now, let alone when I was 18. I just wouldn't feel safe. I would not trust Jeff Bezos. Okay, another one at 18 years old, the youngest ever billionaire. Gunther Lemon gave his son a stake in a German drugstore chain. Wow, and that made him a billionaire. So, okay, so it was basically handed down, not a self-made billionaire. Well, that's cheating. Youngest ever NBA player is just 18 years old. 18-year-old Josh Primo entered the 2021-2022 season as the league's youngest player. God, look at all these people achieving amazing things at such a young age. That is insane. Probably helps that he's probably about 7 foot. But also, I'd imagine he's got a lot of skill as well. Don't forget, guys, through this video, the records get younger and younger, and they get more and more impressive. The one at the end is actually amazing. Okay, also achieved at 18 years old, sailing around the world. Zach Sunderland completed a solo voyage around the world in 13 months. Solo as well. That is insane. That must have been so lonely. Like 13 months on your own. You've got to really enjoy sailing and your own company. He probably didn't speak to anyone for 13 months. That is... I would be so bored. Achieved at 17 years old, Nobel Peace Prize winner. Oh my god. Malala Yousafzai. Definitely not how you pronounce their name. Sorry about that. Received it for struggle against the suppression of children's rights. Nobel Peace Prize winner at just 17 years old. And here I am, sat in my room filming YouTube videos. At the age of 25. Oh my god, that is, you know what, fair play. And they're only just going to get more impressive. Achieved at 16 years old, electric vehicle engineer. Dietrich Ludwig has built a 2000 Chevrolet S10 pickup electric truck. He's just built it, has he? Built it from a box of scraps. He's like Iron Man. It's quite funny that a 16-year-old can do that, because I have absolutely no idea about anything to do with cars. If you ask me how a car works, I don't know. All there is going on in my brain when you ask me that question is just a monkey with symbols. Like, I have no idea what's going on. Achieved at 16 years old, Fortnite World Champion. Okay, this one is starting to make a bit more sense now. Kyle Gierzdorf won $3 million as the very first solo winner of the Fortnite World Championships. Oh my god. Fair play. You know what? Fair play. I've never really played Fortnite. I played it once before, and it was like 7 years after it came out, and I just wasn't very good. I couldn't get a hang of the building. It was all, I just didn't understand it. Basically, I was shit, but I do like other games. Achieved at 16 years old, Time Person of the Year. Climate activist Greta Thunberg was Time's pick for 2019. I feel like I've seen her. Is she a meme online? Achieved at 14 years old, okay, we're getting younger now, the death penalty. Oh my god. George Stubby was executed by the electric chair in 1944. In 2014, his name was cleared. Oh my god, that's so sad. What did he do to get the death penalty at 14 years old? Christ. Also achieved at 14 years old, nuclear scientist Taylor Wilson built a device that detects nuclear weapons smuggled in cargo containers. This kid sounds like an absolute genius. He's probably saved a lot of people by inventing that as well. Wow. It's funny, isn't it, how people's minds and brains just work so differently to other people's. Like, the fact he's a nuclear scientist at the age of 14 and maybe able to, like, build something like that. What was I doing at 14? I don't know. I was just insecure about the braces I'd just got and just started touching myself. That's what I was doing. Achieved at 13 years old, professional chef. Flynn McGarry has worked in top restaurants in Chicago and Los Angeles. How has he done that at the age of 13 years old? How do you become a professional chef at 13? People don't even hire you in the UK until you're 16. Oh my God. Achieved at 13 years old, climbed Mount Everest. Jordan Romero has climbed Everest, which is 12.7 miles above sea level. And he did that at 13 years old. That is absolutely insane. Fair enough. That is so impressive. Achieved at 12 years old, astrophysicist researcher Jacob Barnett has an IQ of 170, higher than Albert Einstein. And he had that at 12 years old. Bloody hell. I have no idea what my IQ is. I did an IQ test the other day. It wasn't really an IQ test, more of an IQ quiz. And I think I got 12 questions right out of 20. Probably doesn't give me an IQ close to his though. Also achieved at 12 years old, as an app developer, Thomas Suarez established company Carrot Corp, which has made 2 iOS apps. He's made 2 apps at the age of 12. I think at that age, I didn't even know what an app was. I remember learning about it though in year 7 or year 8 or something. I don't know how, I wasn't the brightest spark. Oh my God, the youngest ever prisoner, achieved at 11 years old. Anton Wood was 11 years old when he began serving a 25-year sentence for murder. Oh my God. He killed somebody at 11 years old. So he's going to be 36 by the time he gets out. And he went in there at 11. He's just missed all the best years of his life. Wow. That is so scary. Achieved at 10 years old, high school graduate. How do you graduate from high school at 10 years old? Michael Kearney graduated at age 6 and went on to win $1 million on game shows. Oh my God. Fair play to him. You know what I mean? Like, some people's brains are just wired differently. Like, there's absolutely no way I would have been able to graduate from high school at 6. Not even 10. Well, I don't know why it says 6 there and then 10 there. Achieved at 10 years old, opera singer Jacqueline Evancho, not sure if that's how you pronounce her name, even won over the judges of America's Got Talent. Wow. She's an opera singer at 10 years old. Also achieved at 10 years old, live portrait artist Harris Imayaz Khan was able to draw a live portrait using charcoal since he was 10. Was it a good one though? Because normally when kids do art, you just go, oh wow, that's amazing. I'm guessing this was actually good. Achieved at 9 years old, skydiver Valentina Mihansio, why are these names so hard to pronounce, jumped in tandem from a height of 2.5 miles or 4 kilometers high. Oh my God, that's insane. Skydiving at 9, that's the world record for skydiving. Wow, when I have kids, I'm going to make them skydive at 8 just so they can beat it. I won't give them a parachute, I'll just push them out of plane. Achieved at 8.5 years old, fire breather. Gracie Adams of Colorado performed a fire-breathing trick at just 8.5 years of age. Oh my God, it's obviously the parents that have got them into that. There's no way they're doing that off their own back, are they? That is, yeah. How would the parents get them into that? They're obviously fire breathers themselves. It's such a weird profession, isn't it? So what do you do for work? I'm a fire breather, actually. I'm a dragon. Youngest person ever to be married is just 8 years old. Najoud Ali was just 8 years old when her father arranged for her marriage. Oh, God. It's funny, isn't it, in other cultures, how your parents organise your marriage for you. I wonder if they stayed married. They probably have, just because that's their religion. They probably have to stay married for life now. Married at 8. That is insane. Also achieved at 8 years old, college lecturer. Aman Riman teaches adult students computer-generated animated film at college. What? How can you be a lecturer at 8 years old? That is crazy. Imagine just an 8-year-old child standing up at a lecture, just giving a lecture to adults about how to do animated film. Fair enough. That is impressive. Also achieved at 8 years old, a radio presenter, Jack Hill, has been given his own show at Star Radio 101.7, and believe me, he shreds. Impressive stuff. Like, I would have been so scared to do that. That's, yeah, wow. Also achieved at 8 years old, wing walker Tiger Brewer flew at 100 miles an hour at 1,000 feet on the wing of his grandfather's biplane. I want to see all these things happen. I want to see them in real life. Achieved at 7.5 years old, drifter Stavros Grillis, of course his name's Stavros, of Greece, is a modern-day track prodigy and has driven since 7. Right, so basically he'd been driving for 6 months at this point when he drifted. That's crazy. Drifted a car. I don't think I've ever drifted a car. Not intentionally, anyway. Oh my god. Achieved at 7 years old, serial killer. Amarjeet Sada killed his own cousin, sister, and a neighbour's baby. Oh my god, that is so sad. I wonder what was going through his head to want to do that. I don't know if you... I mean, you do have, obviously, thoughts and feelings, and you can, obviously, control yourself at that age, but that is so sad. I wonder why he did that. And also, what happened to him? Like, surely that's too young to go to prison? But equally, you don't want that kid out and about, do you? You don't want him doing that again. Also achieved at 7 years old, flew in microgravity. Jules Nada got a ride in the first zero-G plane in Latin America. Okay, so it's one of those zero-gravity planes where there's no gravity and you can just float around like you're in space. Doing that at 7 would be so fun. I mean, doing it at any age would be amazing, but at 7, whoa. Also achieved at 7, professional painter Kieran Williamson sold his 16 watercolours for £17,000 in just 14 minutes. What, it took him 14 minutes to paint 16 watercolours, and he sold them for 17 grand. What's that an hour? That's like, what's that, 34? That's like 60. It's like 70 grand, basically. It's about 70 grand an hour he's getting paid for that. Fantastic. And he's doing that at 7. Okay, let's just move on. Video game developer achieved at 7 years old. Zora Ball created a full version of a mobile video game involving ballerina vampires. I mean, that sounds like the exact kind of game a 7-year-old video game developer would develop, and I want to play it. How do you know how to develop a video game at the age of 7? I don't even know how to do that now. Achieved at 7 years old, pilot. Jessica Dubroff died when her plane crashed. Okay, guess she wasn't a very good pilot then. Maybe 7 years is too young. Oh god, I shouldn't laugh. No jokes, no jokes. That is very sad. How was she... How was she allowed to fly a plane at the age of 7? Who let that happen? Achieved at 6 years old, yoga teacher. Shruti Pandey teaches yoga to classes of up to 30 adults, starting at 5:30 a.m. Ugh, it's a bit early, isn't it? I won't be attending those classes. 6 years old, though. Would you follow a 6-year-old doing yoga? I'm sure she's great. Like, I'm sure she knows exactly what she's doing. But I just feel like I'd go for someone with a bit more experience if I was going to join a yoga class. I don't know. Probably be fun as a one-off. Achieved at 5 years old, TV reporter. Jane Hobrick did updates of Hurricane Irene, setting a world record. Oh my god. Was she actually on TV for that? Or did she... Like, how did she get the opportunity to go on TV? And now with the weather, Jane. It's a bit windy outside. Thank you, Jane. Achieved at 5 years old, parent. Oh god. On May 14th, 1939, Lena Medina gave birth to a healthy baby boy at 5 years of age. That makes me feel really weird inside. I mean, at least the baby boy was, you know, healthy. That's nice. It's so weird to think that they've grown up, right? That boy is probably still alive. It's so weird to think that they've grown up just being 5 years apart from each other. Like, imagine your mum being just 5 years older than you. That's so strange. That's like sibling distance, isn't it? So weird. It's so weird. Also achieved at 5 years old, pro golf hole-in-one. Eleanor Gamble aced the 86-yard par 3 6th hole at Cambridge Lakes Golf Course. Getting a hole-in-one at 5 years old. I mean, getting a hole-in-one at any age would be amazing. I'm at golf. Like, my girlfriend used to play county, and so I'm probably comparing myself. No, you know what? I'm not even comparing myself to her. I'm at golf. So the fact that a 5-year-old can get, oh my god, a pro, not just like an easy one either. Like, it's on a pro golf course, and they got a hole in one. Also achieved at 5 years old, archaeologist Emily Baldry dug up a 160-million-year-old rare fossil during her first dig. Her first ever dig. I can only dream of that. I love dinosaurs. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Okay, guys, these are getting even younger. Just 4 years old. Nightclub DJ Archie performed at a Hong Kong nightclub in 2019. He loves drum and bass and Baby Shark. Baby Shark doot doot. Baby Shark. Baby Shark. That's how I imagine the nightclub. Achieved at 3 years old. Assassin. No, you're joking. There is not a 3-year-old assassin. An unknown child from Syria directed by ISIS to kill. Oh my god, that is so sad. Nothing else is known. Christ. That is unbelievable. I don't understand how people could do that to a child. Like, make them do... It's It's just so sad. Also achieved at 3 years old, lifesaver. Okay, something a bit nicer now. AJ Hayes called 911 after his father, Aaron, accidentally cut himself with a wooden chisel. Wow. Actually saved his life. 3 years old. He saved somebody's life. Saved his own dad's life at just 3 years old. What a hero. Picking up the phone as well when you're like a 911 or 999 emergency call handler. Picking up the phone to a 3-year-old must be quite worrying in itself. Achieved at 2.1 years old, billiard player. He's doing 15 balls on a run now. He's doing combo shots, bank shots, kick shots. 2.1 years old. I find that really hard to believe. That is so young. Also achieved at 2 years old, skateboarder Evan Wasser pulled off amazing stunts when he was barely 2 years old. Amazing stunts. Like, I can't do anything on a skateboard. I just fall flat on my face. Achieved at 1.7 years old, organ donor. Her parents donated her organs to 5 patients after she was declared brain dead. Oh, okay. That's kind of sad. So unfortunately, she wasn't alive. Her parents donated the organs to other kids, I assume. Wow. At least they put that to good use. God, that's really sad, isn't it? Achieved at 1.5 years old, pro soccer player. No, I'm sorry. They are not professional. Dutch soccer club recently offered Burke van der Mage a 10-year pro soccer contract. There's no way. There's no way. I was just learning to walk at that age, and you're telling me this 18-month-old has secured a pro soccer contract. Fantastic. That's just great, isn't it? How have they done that then? That is ridiculous. Okay, guys, and finally, we've made it to the last one. Achieved at just 6 months old. Heart surgery. Tucker Rusin was still in the womb when he underwent open heart surgery in 2013. So he wasn't even 6 months. It was nothing. He was 0. He was minus age. So it's the youngest ever heart surgery. Still in the womb. That is unbelievable. That's probably going to be the youngest record ever, right? How do you beat that? I got a world record before I was even born. How about that? That's insane. Okay, guys. That has actually blown me away. That's amazing. Some of these were very sad, but others were really incredible. And it's like, wow, I need to do something with my life. Right, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. Before you go, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below what was your favorite one. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Love you.